Today on Catherine Learns Stuff, I'm going to teach you how to make a custom t-shirt with your heat press. Today I'm going to show you how to design a custom t-shirt and then make it on your heat press. The first thing that I need to do is I need to open up my design space, which I have ready here. I'm just going to make a shirt with a simple design with text on it. So I know what font I want in my collection of fonts. So I'm just going to pick out Hello Honey, which is the font that I want. If you want to get this font onto your iPad or onto your computer, you can check out my other videos that show you how to upload custom fonts into Design Space, which is listed below. The text that I'm going to look for is this. Alright, so I've selected my text, which is "This señorita needs a margarita." Now I don't like the layout of this, so what I need to do is I need to set my alignment to center so that it centers my design. Now one thing that I need to make sure is that I select the right size for my shirt. This shirt is going to be on a large female shirt. I'm going to make the design about 8 inches wide. So I'm going to select the width on this and I'm going to change it to 8 inches. Now that I have my design, I'm going to change the cut color from black to white, and then I'm also going to make a duplicate of this so that it looks kind of nice on my shirt, so that it has a shadow on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select Actions and I'm going to hit Duplicate, and my duplicated version I'm going to change the color to black. Now just going to rearrange these ones so that my white is in front. So to give it a little bit of a shadow like that. Now just to show you what I'm planning here, I'm going to be making this onto a pink shirt. So I'm just going to make a pink background just to show myself what it's going to look like when it's done, so that I don't mistakenly pick bad colors for my final product. So it's going to be about this color. I need to move this to the back again. So that's kind of the design that I'm looking for. When I print this out, I have to print it out on black and white, so I'll need to align it myself perfectly, but this gives me an idea of what it's going to look like. So that's the design that we're going to use. So what I need to do next is just delete my background box, because I don't need to print that. That was just so that I knew what I was looking at. I need to delete my background box. The last thing I need to do before I print it is I need to make sure that I'm welding all of these letters together, as this is cursive. So if I don't, these letters are actually going to show up as it's going to cut them as individual letters, and we don't want that. So what I need to do is I need to weld this all together, and the same thing with the black. This way the spaces between the letters won't show up. Now I select Make It, and it's ready to go. And finally, not forgetting to mirror my design so that I can use my HTV when I'm putting this on my shirt. So now I'm quickly going to send this to my Cricut to print it, and then off to the heat press. Now that my design is ready, I need to make sure that my shirt gets prepared. So as you'll notice with my shirt, it's pretty wrinkled. It's been sitting in a pile with my other shirts that I work with, so they always come out wrinkled to start. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to make sure that we press this for about 15 seconds with the heat press to make sure that all the wrinkles get out, but also that helps with making sure that the moisture gets out of the shirt as well, because we don't want there to be any moisture in here. So I'm quickly going to throw this into my heat press for about 15 seconds just to get it flat, smooth, and warm. My heat press is already preheated to 300 Fahrenheit, so I'm one step closer to being ready to go. I always like to use Teflon paper between my heat press and my designs just to make sure that I don't get anything stuck on the new project. I have messed up a few times in the past, and that's all stuck at the inside of my heat press, and I don't want that sticking on other projects. So my shirt is flat in the area where the design is going to go, and it's dry. You'll see here that there's an outline for the from where the heat press hit it. That's just the heat. That goes away once the shirt cools down completely, so that's not going to be a problem for us. Before we can apply our design, we need to figure out where the center of the shirt is. The best thing that I like to do is to actually just fold the shirt in half, line up my shoulder blades, and fold the shirt in half. This provides me with the center of my shirt, which is exactly where I want my design to be centered. What I do with my design to make sure I get the center of my design is I fold my design in half, roughly so that I have it centered nicely, and I just fold the ends of my design so that I know where those are going to be going on my middle of my shirt. So these bend marks here that you have in your vinyl are going to line up against the edges of the corner of the shirt. Now the last thing that I need to do before I finalize this is I need to measure the distance from the bottom of the V to the top of the design. For V-necks, typically I like to keep it around 1.5 inches from the bottom of the V to the top of the design, just so that it doesn't go too far down. So lining that up nicely with my edges, with my bent edges against the bent edges of the shirt, I push this part down, and this will stick with the vinyl that I'm using. Unfold my shirt, and now it's ready for pressing. So with this vinyl that I'm using, I like to use it at 300 Fahrenheit for 30 seconds. Then again, I'm just going to press it with my vinyl covered with my Teflon paper. Now I have the black centered and placed on the shirt. This is a cold release vinyl, so I have to wait for the shirt to cool off a little bit before I can take the actual vinyl off, the transfer sheet off. If I wanted just a black design on my pink shirt, I would be done. But for this design, I decided I want to have white accent letters on top to make it look like it's 3D. So what I need to do now is I need to just place my other letters on top and offset them just a little bit so that they provide what looks like a shadow. Now with this design, what I did is I mistakenly cut the word out wrong, so I have to just attach it on separately. So I want to try to get the same angle as I have with everything else. All right, so I'm happy with the lineup here. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to press this once more on my heat press. This time I'm not going to do it for a full 30 seconds because I'm going to do one more press afterwards. Again, this is a cold peel, so I just want to flap my shirt around a little bit to let the carrier sheet come off. And now my shirt is almost done. You can't see it very well on this material right now, but you might notice there's outlines here where my transfer sheet was on. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put my shirt on for another 5 seconds onto the heat press to get rid of any of those lines that are left. And there you have it. The shirt is done. And that's it. Your custom shirt is designed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe below. Thanks for watching.